right, so late to the show with Chernobyl, but I've watched this twice now. Obviously, the number one series, mini series, or all time series, I think, is still at number one ever. But this, of anything, is worth 5 hours of your time more than anything else in the world. It is incredible, start to finish. Okay, obviously the cast: Stellan Skellard, Jesse Buckley, Con O'Neill, David Derrick, and the main man Jared Harris, who plays as Valerie. He makes the show for me. Anytime he's on screen, he's like literally the word of truth and like common sense throughout. It's a wild ride. Obviously, everyone knows what happens in the Chernobyl disaster. So obviously, it's all based on as true as possible events, and it's trying to like capture what happened, the mistakes that was made, and how it got built up to that. And it kind of like starts at the end and works its way back, and obviously it carries on going forward at the same time, because obviously they're trying to like work out how this has happened, and how to prevent it in the future. But it's the journey on this, and the realization that this was going to get way, way worse if they didn't do things to prevent it is just mind-boggling. It could have been an ultra disaster. There's points in it. Obviously, try not to spoil things in this if you've not seen it, just because it's such a crazy story. But there's points where there's a bit of like the whatever it was, the radiation meltdown was happening, and it's gonna like breach through into the other reactors, which meant it was gonna cause some sort of giant like global like catastrophe, where all the surrounding countries wouldn't have been inhabitable for over 100 years and stuff, but they managed to like prevent it and stuff like that. So it's just things that, even though this was bad, this was showing that it could have been loads worse, and that's real nuts to think, because it was bad enough as it was. But there's certain bits in it that you're on the edge of your seat for. I think see episode 4 where they're on the rooftop getting the graphite is like the most nail biting bit ever. It's like the whole thing is done on the time that they've even got like 90 seconds to clear graphite out. And he's like on the edge of your seat, like fuck me, and you're there for the whole 90 seconds. They don't cut it or anything. It's just like you can stop watch it, and it'll just go. But straight away, it's really like interestingly frustrating at the beginning, because all like the top brass are denying that this catastrophe is real. They're like, it's impossible. The reactors don't explode. Tell me how a nuclear reactor explodes. Blah blah blah. Everyone's like, it doesn't. And obviously this guy's like, it does. And no one's like listening. And it is frustrating, because obviously they're just like denying that this thing is as bad as it is. They're saying the radiation level is a lot lower than it actually is. And I say the hero Valerie, Jared Harris, is like saying this thing is way beyond 3.6, because that's as high as the scanners go. And it's like into the thousands for the radiation level. And it's just like, when they start realizing, they start taking action. Stellan Stellard or whatever, Boris, he's playing as Boris. He does a fantastic job. He's sort of like, they have a love-hate relationship at the start, and he seems sort of bonding over time, and then he's just like doing everything he can to help, which is really nice to see his development change from whatever till I'm gonna get everything sorted, no matter what. And then you get basically there's a woman who's based on an amalgamation of loads of scientists, and blah blah blah. So I think the one playing her was Jessie Buckley, pretty sure. And she's like, they can't have all these scientists on this show because there's not enough time to go over everyone and stuff. So they just put them all as just one person who's doing all like the go to all the scientists that was like all radiated up, who's been in the actual Chernobyl plant itself, and getting all their stories individually and stuff to obviously get it all together, try and find out what happened. Obviously, eventually it all goes to court, and the courtroom episode is so interesting. That's the last episode. It's so interesting. Things really get fleshed out, and you're like, fuck, that's cool. So it's such an enjoyable watch. I've watched this twice, and every episode has some incredible moments. Obviously, there's all the animal killing episode. You're like, they've just got to do what they've got to do. They're trying to sort things out, and things have to be sacrificed for the greater good, unfortunately. But it's how it was. But yeah, late review, but unbelievable series. One I can't recommend enough, like at all. So this is like solid, like 9 out of 10. It's incredible. But yeah, let me know if you've seen it, what you think. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.